It's main event time for WrestleDream. It is the champion's prerogative. Though traditionally they enter second. Bit of a flex, a power move to enter first, Taz. I like it. I like Christian Cage is doing the Luchasaurus. The former TNT champion is corner here. I've been working out on this. I like it, man. I like this kind of flex by Christian coming out first in the home temple dog. What do you think about it? What's he got?
Incredible to say Christian Cage is in, Taz. And look at this. He sent Luchasaurus to the back as he wants to prove he can do it on his own, and he absolutely can. Incredible to say Christian Cage has done for Terminal X what Britney Spears did for Visible Thorns.
Wow, interesting analogy. I like it. Nothing like it. Luchasaurus victorious earlier.
Recognition of the true champion there, Excalibur. 106 days.
It's only more like 8 days. Still.
Christian, I don't believe you. I don't.
As Excalibur just mentioned, it is now time for the main event of AEW WrestleDream, the first ever edition of AEW WrestleDream. It's a brand new pay-per-view for All Elite Wrestling. It's been an alright show. Never in, I don't think, my or the wrestling community's wildest dreams, if you will, that, top to bottom, left to right, up and down, all over the place, however you want to put it, that this would be the card for the first ever WrestleDream, but AEW's going to be moving forward with one pay-per-view per month now, with more than likely a move from traditional pay-per-view to a streaming service with HBO Max, either later this year or early next year. And it, sort of look at it, really would have started with All In once again, as All In was big in creating AEW, and then they just had All In back in August, then All Out a week later. Here we are a month later for WrestleDream. They'll have Full Gear next month, and there's a rumored pay-per-view for sometime in December. But the Dapper Yapper, Justin Roberts, this is your WrestleDream main event. It'll be a 2 out of 3 falls count for the TNT title. Christian Cage and Darby Allin, hazmat suit, Bryce Remsburg going to be your official referee. So we'll see if, as they introduce the challenger, Darby Allin, who's in his hometown. They are in Seattle. Bryan Danielson wrestled earlier, defeating Zack Sabre Jr. and probably the best match of the night thus far. They've had some, pretty good matches. I mean, everything has pretty been about the same. But Christian Cage is going to defend the TNT title he won back debut Collision. Technically has retained that title since, and then going to put it on the line here tonight in the main event. Yeah, 2 out of 3 falls. So I was just about ready to say, we'll have to see if AEW Collision turns rated R here within the next half hour to 35 minutes or so, as there is a big rumor going around that Adam Copeland Edge is All Elite bound. So we want to see it. We'll see if it comes true or not. But thanks for tuning in and listening. These are, in fact, my audio only AEW WrestleDream live watch-along reactions, live right here on YouTube. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Coy and Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the red subscribe button, notification bell next to it, live right here on YouTube as well to stay up to date. But yeah, links in the description below. Thumbs up button if you've enjoyed AEW WrestleDream. We're going to catch the tail end of the show here. We'll give a recap momentarily as well. But yeah, like, follow, and subscribe. Thumbs up button. Share hashtag AEW, hashtag AEW WrestleDream, hashtag WrestleDream, as well as the bell rings. Match underway. The technical first fall of 3. It's a 2 out of 3 falls. Main event TNT Championship match here for the conclusion of WrestleDream. And like I said, we'll see if the show becomes rated R here with the next half hour or so. But as always, chat questions and comments, super chat, super stickers, super likes, super thanks, always greatly appreciated, as well as this video is powered by both Rogue Energy and HopeKThrifts. First off, with Rogue Energy, be sure to get your favorite energy and hydration flavors in can or tub form. Shakers and Rogue Energy merge at the link in the description below, and be sure to use the code LUKE, that's LUKE123 for 10% off, as Christian Cage and Darby Allin lock up TNT title on the line. I don't know if somebody's already bleeding. Yeah, Darby Allin's face is cut open for whatever reason as the match just began, as Hazmat Super Race Remsburg has gloves on. That's always the given sign, if somebody's bleeding when the ref puts gloves on. But as mentioned, HopeKThrifts, along with Rogue Energy. HopeKThrifts is a secondhand resale shop that focuses on sustaining the environment cheap and fashionable way, as most items are $20 or less and include brands like American Eagle, Converse, Free People, and Shine, among others. So be sure to check out HopeKThrifts. HopeKThrifts is found on Depop, Instagram, Macari, and Poshmark at, you guessed it, HopeKThrifts, HopeKThrifts. So be sure to use the message seller code, that's CheapThrifts, CheapThrifts, for 10% off as well. Link also in the description below. So, yeah, WrestleDream, been okay. Nothing spectacular, nothing mind-blowing, nothing, out of the ordinary that we haven't already seen. Nothing dream-worthy, if you will. So, we'll see how the end of the show goes. I mean, you would have to think the only reason why this is, in fact, in the main event is because Edge will be coming out and screwing over Christian Cage. Other than, Darby's from Seattle, have him win the title back in the main event in his hometown. But 2 birds with 1 stone, you can do that and have Christian get screwed over by Edge in the meantime, or whatever the hell he's going to go by in AEW. So, because, Bryan Danielson's also from Seattle, if, that was the case, they'd be having him wrestle in the main event. But hell, he wrestled, 4 matches ago. A good, hour and a half, almost 2 hours ago, defeating Zack Sabre Jr. By pinfall. And once again, arguably probably the best match of the night. Longest match of the night as well, almost 25 minutes. Everything else been either 20 or less, seemingly. As most recently, we had FTR, of course, Cash and Dax defeat Aussie Open, so oi, oi, oi. That, of course, is Sky Blue's Toy and Kyle Fletcher and the Raiders owner, Mark Davis. So FTR still your AEW World Tag Team Champs. Before that, it was the 6-man tag team match with Jericho and the Golden Elite, which is Omega and Ibushi. Of course, as they're the faces, they got screwed over by the heels in the Don Callis family, which now consists of Will Ospreay, Takeshita, and Sammy Guevara. So Don Callis and his so-called family defeat Jericho and the Golden Elite. Danielson beat Zack Sabre Jr. Ricky Starks, I think they're still trying to figure out what to do with him after, of course, CM Punk was fired the day before All Out. As I heard earlier today with the NFL game across the pond in London at Wembley Stadium, that held Punk and Jungle Boy were still backstage fucking fighting each other. Now, whether that's true or not beats me, as somebody just beat somebody. I believe it was Darby Allin, 1, 2, 3 on Christian Cage. Match is going to continue, though, because it's 2 out of 3 falls. But Darby's only going to need one more fall to pick up the win and become TNT champion. So Christian will probably win the next fall. Yeah, Darby 1, 2, 3 on a quick roll up. Looked from a distance so that both their shoulders were close to the mat, but Christian's were touching compared to, as he bridged it, Darby's shoulders. So, yeah, match continues. Match continues. Darby's up 1-0. Only needs one more fall. If Christian, of course, wins out, he retains. Highly unlikely, though. He'll win this next one, I'd have to guess. I mean, I don't think Darby's going to sweep it clean 2-0. Just because then at that point, you know, because we still got about half hour to go. Bell rings, match continues. Unless, of course, they end it a little early. Have a big moment at the end, which they sort of need for this show. Because nothing, like I said, out of the ordinary. Nothing splash-worthy to get people talking has happened. Not yet, at least. Not yet, at least. That you would think is mere minutes away. You know, buzz, if you will, leading into Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision this week, and then their next pay-per-view next month for Full Gear. So yeah, Darby defeats Christian in the first fall. The match continues as the second fall. Christian will probably win, and then they'll go to the third fall, and then, like I said, you would think Edge is coming out and screw him over and Darby's going to win. Is how it's going to end, if I'd have to guess. And I've been, you know, watching pro wrestling for the most part my whole entire life, so know a thing or two about a thing or two on how things, you know, end up working out for the most part, you know. But then when it's a complete swerve, it's like, oh shit. But where was I? Recapping WrestleDream. Like I said, it's been an okay show. Well, yeah, I was talking about Ricky Starks. Left off with his match as he defeated Wheeler Yuta. Like I said, it seems like they're still trying to figure out what they want to do with him after Punk was fired, because they were in a feud there late summer into, you know, All In, All Out, and then the termination, and then there's no more Real World's title. So he picked up the singles win. Swerve Strickland also picked up the singles win over Hangman Adam Page, as Prince Nana was dancing all around as he does. As mentioned, right before this main event, we had the co-main event, FTR defeating Aussie Open Oi to retain their tag team titles. We had a Fatal 4-Way earlier in the night, winner to receive a future AEW World Tag Team title matchup. It was Hook and Orange Cassidy, the Lucha Brothers, along with the Guns and the Young Bucks. And then the latter of those four in reverse order, then back to the start. The Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson with the win. So they'll get an opportunity to challenge FTR for the tag team titles once again. That's, of course, going to be at a later date. Who knows when they'll officially have it. Sometime soon. AEW will have their anniversary show this Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think then, though, because I believe one of the Young Bucks, I can't remember if it's Matt or Nick, they have a singles match, which is, highly unusual in their regard. They're normally wrestling together as a tag team. You very rarely see them, out in singles action. But I believe they're in a match during that show. If I'm not mistaken, could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below if I am. Thanks once again for tuning in. But yeah, the Young Bucks won earlier. They'll challenge FTR at a later date for the tag team titles. Also tonight at WrestleDream, with one women's match, Chris Statlander defeated Julia Hart to retain her TBS title, as of course Statlander defeated Jade Cargill, who's no longer in the company. She left and has gone to WWE, if you did not know. Reported at the Performance Center this past week, hasn't officially made her debut just yet. Now whether she's going to be on Raw, NXT, SmackDown, that's still yet to be seen, currently unknown at this point in time. Christian Cage walking over to, I believe, Darby Allin's mom, who is ringside, and they're checking each other out, and then she's gonna dump her water, or whatever the hell was in that red Solo cup. Shout out Toby Keith. Get well soon. On Christian Cage, and then Darby up on the top rope, back in the ring they go. He's going to go for a coffin drop, but he's going to go for a coffin drop ringside now because Christian rolled out and was standing there, and then Darby hit it and now picks him up, going to roll him back in the ring, and now he's going to hit the coffin drop off the top rope in the ring, but Christian got his knees up. So Darby on the ring apron, Christian in the middle of the ring. They're trying to get to their feet here. So yeah, that happened earlier as well. Oh shit! Darby just got pushed into the announce table. However many feet it is in between the ring and the announce table, good, at least 10, 12, if not 15 feet, I'd say. He just made the jump, getting pushed off the ring apron. More of a, alright, shit, I gotta jump since I'm in midair to make the landing face first on the top of the announce table, but now Christian walking down the steps, and yeah, I believe that's Darby Allin's mom, if I'm not mistaken. She's still standing there, but he's not gonna grab these steel steps. Shout out to Von Wagner. Hopefully he's okay after his accident. Most recently on NXT, hasn't been seen since. He busted his head open for real. Like the spot went wrong. It wasn't a bot. Shit just fucking went wrong. Fucking skull fracture is what he got. Safety comes first, if you will, and hell, NXT just had a pay-per-view last night with No Mercy. Didn't watch it because I haven't watched NXT in a little over 2 years now since they made the switch to the 2.0 and then back to black and gold, but it's still not the same, so I still haven't watched it. But, a little hard not to see what else is going on in the world of pro wrestling, so that's been going on. But yeah, earlier Statlander defeated Julia Hart of the House of Black to retain her TBS title. Christian was going to flip Darby off the ring apron vertically into the steel steps he set up ringside. Ugh, shit. I think his legs got more of that than his back did. He did it again because the first time really didn't work, so they stood there ringside in front of the steps and he did it again, but now DDT on or vertical suplex on the Darby's trying to reverse it on the ring apron there. Maybe pile drive him and then he power slammed him on the steps. Okay. This is not professional wrestling, says Excalibur on commentary. As we've had a bunch of guys on commentary tonight, from Excalibur to JR to Taz to Kevin Kelly to Nigel McGuinness, Don Callis, hell, fucking John Moxley was on commentary tonight for WrestleDream for Bryan Danielson's match. Speaking of John Moxley, a former tag team partner of his, Eddie Kingston, who most recently at Grand Slam defeated Claudio Castagnoli, who was the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. But then Eddie was also the Strong Heavyweight champ. It was a winner-take-all match. Eddie won it. Tonight, then, for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship and the Strong Openweight title, Eddie Kingston defeated Shibata in a match that was physical because they balled out and did what they wanted, and surprisingly neither of them got hurt. But that didn't go long, but it was good. And then to begin the show, as they had a couple matches on kickoff pre-show, the 0-hour buy-in, if you will, you had Kojima, Keith Lee, Athena, and Billy Starks defeating Shane Taylor Promotions, which was Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Diamante, and Mercedes Martinez in an 8-person mixed tag team matchup. Speaking of Claudio, he beat Josh Barnett, Luchasaurus, on top of Nick Wayne, who has, been by Darby's side, getting as Darby's going to get stretchered out here, it looks like. Of course, this all work. But no, they're using Darby to get Nick Wayne over. Not really working, no. And then the Acclaim put their trios titles on the line and retain those. So, but to begin the show, it was supposed to be a tag team title match for the ROH World Tag Team Championships. But then that most recently turned it into an handicap match because Adam Cole broke his fucking ankle jumping off the ramp ringside, coming out to help MJF in the main event of Grand Slam a few weeks back against Samoa Joe. So Cole's going to be out of action. Hell, he was on crutches in a wheelchair last week on Dynamite. Broken ankle, some ligament damage. So, of course, title's still got to be defended because they're going to defend against the Righteous, which is Vincent and Dutch. So, give me some, as Christian will jump off the top rope and splash on top of Darby Allin, who's laying on the stretcher ringside. In the meantime, Christian's exposed the whole entire ring. He's ripped up the mat. All you can see is the wood paneling, the wood boards on the bottom, that have the ring together, the structure of the squared circle. But no, snap your fingers for me with the Righteous. They still put up a fight against MJF, who cut a promo before the match. So it was supposed to be a tag team title match, but then it was a handicap match, and MJF still won. So he's still technically one half, but he's going to hold down the fort unless they give him a new tag team partner. Unless they have him lose too. But, still Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champs. And, of course, the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And with Cole hurt now, who knows in which direction any of that storyline is going to go now. We're just going to have to watch and see. But no, MJF cut a promo before the match and said, as of course somebody last week attacked Jay White dressed up as the Devil, which is, you know, MJF's moniker, as he arrived in Seattle for WrestleDream, for all the Devil worshippers. But you know, no, they dressed up like how MJF was dressed when he returned to the company last year at All Out, and there was a bunch of them, you know, sort of like a Retribution type of faction. I have my guesses on who I think it could be. I don't know who you think it would be. Let me know in the comments below. Christian Cage, in the meantime, getting pushed in the corner, but now he's going to put Darby in a sharpshooter here, it looks like. Remember, the ring's exposed, the mat's all ripped up, all that's left is the boards. Darby's bringing a tap here, but this would be the second fall, so we'd be tied 1-1, and then, you know, you fight on to the death, basically, until you have a winner, and the third fall, and this 2 out of 3 falls, main event for the TNT title and the main event of WrestleDream. But long story short, MJF cut the promo before the opening contest and said that it wasn't him, because it sure as hell wasn't, because, you know, how the build of who was dressed up was nowhere near MJF's size. This guy was, or woman, was smaller, but yeah, he said somebody broke into his locker room and stole his mask, and, you know, they're out getting Jay White and Bullet Club Gold for what it's worth. So we'll have to see where that goes. Maybe something, you know, happens tonight in the closing minutes. I highly doubt it. Maybe this will be it, though, because Darby's fighting back. But within the next 14 minutes, you'd have to think WrestleDream's gonna turn rated R here. But maybe not. And then maybe the whole show's, there's a coffin drop. 1, 2, Christian kicks out. Match continues. And it's a 2 sweet on the pinfalls. But yeah, WrestleDream, like I said, not my wildest dreams. I don't think anybody's wildest dreams. I mean, they gotta do something. They put it together, you know, for the most part. There's a handful of good matches, you know, like MJF and Adam Cole and the Righteous, but, you know, Cole's hurt, so it was a handicap match. You know, Eddie Kingston and Shibata, fatal 4-way tag team match. You know, you knew Young Bucks and Lucha Brothers were gonna show out in that. You know, Bryan Danielson kicking Zack Sabre Jr.'s fucking head in. Kenny Omega and Ibushi, along with Takeshita and Will Ospreay, in that 6-man tag, including with Jericho and Guevara. Like, okay, tag team title match, FTR and Aussie Open, and then this, but then it's the ending, you'd hope. Like, that's what's going to have everybody talking if it happens. There's a low blow as the ref's knocked out, but we continue. Just not my wildest dreams that I think that the card for a show called WrestleDream would, you know, be not necessarily piss poor, but like, these aren't dream matches. This ain't nobody's WrestleDream. I guess this show's going to be a lot like Forbidden Door, you know, if they can get the cross promotion. Rumor was last week Tony Khan bought New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. There's Nick Wayne coming out of nowhere, coming to help Darby, as Christian was about ready to use the TNT title, as the ref was knocked out, but he came and took it from him. And now it's Nick Wayne. Oh shit, are they gonna get Edge teamed up with Christian here? They got Darby and Nick Wayne staring him down, and Christian's in the corner, you know, begging for his life. And Darby says to Nick Wayne, get him. And then Nick Wayne turns on Darby Allin, hitting Darby with the TNT title. And then Darby's mom's like, what the fuck? Oh my God, no, what'd you do? So Christian, of course, had a plan all along. This is still a second fall, remember. Production's trying to console Darby's mom, trying to hold her back, like, sit down. So here's the second fall. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell. Oh, there was another fall in between that I missed. So that was a third fall. That's how it's going to end. Christian Cage still your TNT champion. All right, when the fuck was the second fall? Was it a real quick roll-up that I missed as I was talking about everything else that happened tonight? So they have to have Edge come out and confront Christian now and challenge for the TNT title. And then they have Edge on Collision to make up for, you know, Punk not being there anymore. Here we go. Darby suffered such brutality. Lost the match though. Christian's still TNT champion. And on this day, Christian's still TNT champion. And now they're going to beat up Darby after the match. Sting coming out, Edge coming out. Crowd's chanting. Nick Wayne beating up on Darby Allin with Christian holding back.
This is deplorable.
Deplorable. All right, well, kick everybody out of 1600 Pennsylvania Ave then.
He's defenseless. Darby's flat out defenseless. Christian not only does he want to break
Boos from the crowd.
break his spirit, and he may have done so.
As they zoom out. But now Sting's going to walk down the ramp. It's Sting, Shivani. Where you at?
Here comes Sting.
And Nick Wayne will go to Sting, and he'll chop him. And then Sting will take out Christian.
There's got to be fury coursing through his body to see what just happened to Darby Allin.
So Sting, for the time being, saving the day.
Sting with the right hands to Nick Wayne, the right hands to Christian Cage, but Nick Wayne's going to get thrown right into.
And then there's Luchasaurus. Oh, you need a third, because there's Luchasaurus for Christian and Nick Wayne now. And then it's Darby and Sting. So, yeah, we're going to get a rated R superstar in a second. Because now they're beating up on Sting. So they need somebody else to come save the day. And on this day, where's he at? Crowd's going to go nuts, even though they're not going to, you know, realize the entrance music or his name for the time being. Like, we'll figure that out in due time. Grabbing some steel chairs. Because, of course, there's, you know, legal involved with copyright this and copyright that. Like, it'll be interesting to see what he uses for music, as he's gonna, well, with a steel chair, hit Sting, and the lights go out. The lights have gone out. And our future presentation. It's Edge. He's in a car. He's just driving down a road that had a rated R. Now down a alley, it looks like. Yeah, rated R logo. He's pulling up to the arena. There's fireworks. Lights come back on. You think you know him. And he's still got the smoke. And on this day, Edge is in AEW. Still doing the same entrance. The graphics are different. And here we go. Raising the horns. More pyro. A chance to feel alone while he's no longer in WWE. Dreams are now in AEW. A remix with Ultra Bridge for the theme. Edge is in the ring. I mean, this has been rumored, but like, holy shit. He's staring down Christian Cage. Holy shit chant from the crowd is right. He puts out his hand, like for the steel chair or handshake. Christian's going to hand over the steel chair. Is he going to join him? No. He's going to fucking turn on him. He's going to hit Nick Wayne with steel chair. He's going to hit Luchasaurus with steel chair. Christian will fucking run like a scaredy cat with the TNT title. Edge with a steel chair shot to Sting here. They can have a group with Christian, Luchasaurus, Nick Wayne, and Edge. Nope. Yeah, he turns on Nick Wayne. There he goes to Luchasaurus. Christian rolls out. And then a spear from Edge on Luchasaurus. And the rated R superstar is in AEW. Another spear. So he gets to keep everything. The theme song is just a little bit of a remix. Rather than you think you know me, it's you think you know him. But he's coming after Christian in the TNT title. And he's clearly now in AEW. And yeah, it's come to life for sure. It's come full circle with these two going back, a good 25 years. And that's what they needed to end the show with, the first ever WrestleDream. And they bring in Edge. Is he going to be just called the Rated R Superstar? Unbelievable, says Excalibur. But he'll be on Collision, you'd have to think. They'll have him on Dynamite, too. But he's going to be on Collision. He's going to be taking the top spot that, Punk would have had. Darby's there to give thanks as he came out and saved them. And then Sting as well in the corner. Like the Ron White clown joke. But of course with the face paint, but he says thank you as well. Edge is in AEW.
What an unforgettable moment.
Unforgettable moment in AEW's history. They say thanks for joining. Wednesday on Dynamite. It'll be 4th year anniversary. with the all rights reserved, they'll fade to black, and that does it for WrestleDream. So, yeah, Edge, the Rated R Superstar. They didn't say Edge, they said the Rated R Superstar, and he has the same theme music. It's a little bit of a remix rather than You Think You Know Me, it's You Think You Know Him. As the feed cut back, and then now they cut it. So that's it for the show. But then the presentation, I mean, the graphics are different on the entrance, not by much. It's still red and black. He still got the smoke for the entrance. He still got the pyro, throwing the horns up. The look's still the same. He's got the shorter hair, the beard, the leather jacket and pants, and then the red boots. Like, it's what he's been recently. I mean, he hasn't wrestled in, almost 2 months. It's like mid-late August. That SmackDown in Toronto was his technical now last appearance with the WWE, and then October the 1st to end WrestleDream, he comes out to save Darby Allin and Sting from Christian Cage and company. So yeah, the Rated R Superstar. I can guarantee you they're not going to call him Edge, because if they would have already done it. Called him the Rated R Superstar. And, obviously he's in with Alter Bridge, more than WWE is, and they made him a remix for his AEW music, rather than You Think You Know Me as You Think You Know Him, and then the still, same beat of the rest of the song, as, Judgment Day will continue on, but, yeah, we'll see what they do with Edge. Like I said, it seems like he'll be a top guy in Collision, which would be a good thing. I think they'd have him on all shows, though, to start off with. It's going to bring that buzz. We'll see how long it lasts. But that's a big get, no doubt about it. Somebody, one, including himself, thought was never going to wrestle again, and then he came back, and then let alone, never thought he'd leave WWE, but they obviously didn't come to an agreement on an extension, and he left. And I would think on good terms. I would have to think he's going to be a part of the media scrum with the press conference here after WrestleDream, if they're having one tonight, which they normally do after the pay-per-views. So we'll have to see what he says. But that's a big get. I mean, it is. He'll get to do what he wants when he wants. He's a star. He's been a star. He's one of the most popular wrestlers ever. And then back with some old friends. So yeah, he's going to be coming after Christian Cage and TNT title. I don't know if that'd be a necessarily a good look for him. But as a start, he technically doesn't need to win it. He doesn't. He can just be in a feud with Christian Cage. Christian, because he's a heel, finds a way and keeps finding ways to win. And then eventually, Edge moves on to something else. I can barely hear people saying, well, yeah, they'll put him in the world title scene before too long. And that's probably true. They sort of, seemingly, we're going to have it figured out with going to have a world champion on each show, but then Punk gets fired, the world title's, no longer, and we'll see, I mean, you don't need a title for everybody, because then it's like, well, what's the point of a title defense? Because they already have this and that, singles, tag teams, trios, etc., but, yeah, Edge in the AEW. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be going by Edge, though. We'll have to wait till Wednesday, or maybe this press conference, if he says what he's going to go by, or how he was able to secure this, secure that. I know people are going to be wanting to know. Sometimes it's just better off not to know, though. Just let it play out. Whatever happens, happens. But Radar Superstar for sure, with the same character, that he's been. It's really himself, I mean, he went by Edge. Why not just go by Adam? Like, people would know. We'll see. I mean, Radar Superstar is, good enough. It's more of a nickname than it is a name, though. But yeah, Edge is in AEW. Call him the Radar Superstar for the time being. Entrance is the same. Theme song, a little bit of a remix. Looks the same. So, not much has changed other than over the past month and a half, he's left WWE and he's now all elite with AEW. So, let me know your thoughts on Edge debuting to end WrestleDream. Let me know, of course, what you thought of the show overall as well. So, yeah, I guess that'll do it. But no, that's a big get for AEW. It is. And we'll see how they play their cards with him. And we'll see, what he's doing here and there and so on and so forth. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below your thoughts and opinions on the first ever AEW WrestleDream and Edge's debut to end the show, saving Darby Allin and Sting from Christian Cage and company. So, in the meantime, thanks for tuning in and listening. That'll do it for myself, your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Koi and Luke 96, live right here on YouTube. So, as always, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Coming up next, we'll have WWE Fastlane next weekend, along with more college football in the NFL. AEW's next TV special will be this Wednesday for their anniversary show. Haven't decided yet if I'll stream that or not. Now they're doing a pay-per-view a month. Might just stick to that. As of course still watching the content through the weeks, but could still stream every once in a while for a Dynamite special. I mean, how they just were coming off Grand Slam. They seemingly always have a lot going on, though. Like, they always jam-pack stuff, which is, good, but then also, bad, because it's not necessarily bad, it's just, too much all at once over the course of, however long, you want to say. But, yeah, they'll have their anniversary show Wednesday. They'll have Full Gear a month and a half from now. We'll see what the rumored pay-per-view is for December, if it's even true, or let alone early January, or if it, be late December, and then they get into New Year's, and then there's one early February, because then Revolution is, early March, and then you move from there. I don't know, because it's all going to be, brand new for all of us with what they decide to do, but that's the rumor. They're going to be doing a pay-per-view a month, and they're going to be on HBO Max for pay-per-views sometime soon. So we'll see, where they go as a company with, this guy, that guy, and or gals. But yeah, Edge is in AEW. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments once again down below, along with overall opinions on the first ever WrestleDream, as this will become a yearly staple, I'd have to think, if they are going to do a pay-per-view a month, rather than just their 4 and then it's a bunch of TV specials through the year. It would be 12 pay-per-views, really probably 10 to 12, and then still all your TV specials, unless some of the TV specials turn into pay-per-views. Because remember, AEW started, like, they had a couple of pay-per-views, but then those turned into TV specials. So maybe they go vice versa on it, and then, put it more so in prime time with, some bigger matches on the card. We'll see what they do. Only time will tell. So we got to watch. So we got to talk about it. So, yeah, Edge is in AEW. We'll see where they go from here with him and everybody else. But yeah, coming up, I mentioned they'll have anniversary show in Full Gear a month and a half from now. But for myself, next weekend and days and weeks and months to come, as it's football season, more college football and NFL coverage. WWE Fastlane's next weekend as well. So be sure to tune in live right here on YouTube for that as well. So meantime, they'll do it. Be sure, as always, like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. So once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. That'll do it for AEW WrestleDream. And yeah, you could say the show is rated R, because the rated R superstar Edge, as he was formerly known as in the WWE, Adam Copeland, is all in with All Elite Wrestling.